Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. I'm going to do a reading for the midweek check-in. Philosophy, card number 28 here from the archetype deck, the Mantegna Tarot. Have this Divine Feather Messenger. Guess we're just jumping right into this. Divine Feather Messenger. What kind of message do we have for the week? We have Bluebird coming out here. Okay. And then we have this Light Seers Tarot. The cards were all shuffled prior to recording. Oof, that feels like a lot. I didn't even see them, so those are going back in. It's not the one. Dang it. You know what? That one did come out in the pre-shuffle. Is it both of them? No, good. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles and the Wheel. The Two of Pentacles did come out in the pre-shuffle. The Wheel. Okay. This is the Light Seers Tarot. It's a choice. It's a choice. So we have Philosophy here from the Mantegna Tarot, which is an archetype deck. Philosophy is the archetype for investigation. Observe the situation from many points of view. Okay, yep. I don't know about you. They talk about how March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb. And that 1st of April was, wow, what a day. Quite a bit of change, at least for me. I'm kind of curious how do my viewers take first that shift perhaps into Mercury retrograde. Anyway, yep, hit me kind of hard. So the archetype for Philosophy, card number 28, which adds up to 10, which is a 1, endings and beginnings, new cycle, old cycles ending, new cycles beginning. That adds to a 10. This is a 10. Philosophy, investigation, observe the situation from many points of view. Yeah, you might be stuck at a point where there has been some new information that's come in and you have to reassess your path or your direction. And the Two of Pentacles, I was going to say Two of Coins. The Two of Pentacles is a choice you have to make, and that maybe you are standing at a crossroads. So with the Bluebird here, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. I do recall in the reading for the week, there was a card from the archetype deck. I think it was Melpomene. Yeah, that sounds about right. Optimism, seeing the positive even in the face of tragedy. And sometimes circumstances and events can feel like that there's tragedy or just shifts that are really inconvenient, and a lot of times they are meant to redirect our path to something better, because the path we're on, just maybe there was something there that wouldn't serve us as well as an alternative. So we're being forced to re-examine the path we're on, the direction we're taking, not the path we're on. I mean, if you're on a spiritual journey, you're on a spiritual journey and you continue on that spiritual journey, but just maybe the direction of the course you're taking, that there's a shift, there's an adjustment, and maybe you had some plans you thought were going to go in one direction and you're finding you kind of have to take a detour of some sort. Whether you link back up or not, we'll find out, I suppose, as the days go on. But you may be taking, just changing direction a little bit. So Philosophy, you're going to have to reassess and look at things from many points of view. You're being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. So it looks like that's positive, and these changes, the Bluebird card, isn't that pretty? These changes are for your benefit. There's something, either a lesson you need to learn or a pattern that you need to end by enforcing maybe your boundaries or enforcing something. It might be a state of mind. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel, card number 10. And that is that the wheel always just keeps spinning. And to some, the wheel is called the Wheel of Pain. To some, it is called the Wheel of Fortune. I believe there's another name for it that I can't think of at this very moment. But it's a wheel that spins constantly, and it is basically the fortune of luck, the fortune of life, and sometimes we're on top and sometimes we're on the bottom. So if you're in a situation where circumstances are changing, elements of information are changing, it's shifting the stability of your sense of grounding, then it's really important to stay positive as this wheel turns, so that you make it to the positive side on the happy, uplifting path. So that means focusing your mind and trying to train your mind and curb your thoughts away from anything that might be negative, considered negative or untoward. It's really important in this time to stay positive and to stay focused on important goals. If you're walking, a path with a focus straight ahead, and there are all these details along the sides that are almost like trees falling in or branches that are coming into the pathway as you're walking along it, right? Try not to let any brambles or prickers that might get caught on your clothing as you're walking through this path hold you back, because it's really important to stay focused on the ultimate goal and not let the little bits of variables that might be frustrating, annoying, or seemingly negative to impact your overall trajectory and focus on the ultimate path towards your main goal. So if you are looking for some kind of freedom or liberation, the elements of what can grant you that freedom or liberation may be changing. You may have to look for alternative ways to achieve that goal, but keep focused on the goal. This is depicting what I see, what I'm picking up, that there are some major shifts going on, and they can seem to make you feel like you've got a rug pulled out from underneath you. It's really important as you stand at this crossroads and assess how to take the next step forward and where to take that next step forward, that you stay focused on the positive. Okay, in this card, you can see this wind of darkness and shadow, and this wind of lightness and I don't know, let's say abundance, I guess. Stay focused on that positive, but that doesn't mean ignore all of the negative. It's really important to look at whatever negative details there may be and to acknowledge them, and then how can you let some things go? In other words, sometimes when we have some negativity coming into our lives, we can let it, like the drama of it, really affect us, and we can think about the things over and over and over again. Or you can choose to let it go, because how important is it to cling on to those things that are shadowy in nature, that might be negative? Oh my God, the planes, I tell you all the time. Constant reminder to reach for the sky. So I have my little Visconti Tarot. I'm going to pull a clarifying card from this little deck, I think. Or two. We'll see what happens when I shuffle. Oh, So the choice may really alter your sense of stability and being, groundedness. Is that even a word? Being grounded. That's one thing that really, shows up, is that, like I said, feeling like the rug is being pulled out from under your feet. It's not a good feeling, but how can you rebalance? How can you rebalance from there? Now, also the Pentacles is associated with, stability. It's the suit of the earth signs, being practical. And also the wheel includes, of the earth signs, it includes, what is it? The Wheel of Fortune is a card that can represent astrological signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. And those are the fixed signs. So, interestingly, fixed signs find it, depending, it's a general statement. Fixed signs can find it difficult to change, difficult to adjust. And whatever situation you're in is asking you, requiring you to make adjustments and be flexible. And again, you have to stay on that positive side of the wheel so that it turns in your favor. Is that what we're doing? I guess the Three of Pentacles. I might take one more. The Three of Pentacles. So that's a little bit of teamwork, working together, kind of building constructively. This is the Nine of Wands. It can feel like a big burden you're carrying, and the Nine of Wands sometimes can be depicted as it's like a self-imprisonment, and that which is barring your progress forward is usually your own fear, your own concerns, your own doubts. And it's like you can't see past those fears or doubts, or you won't allow yourself to progress forward because of fear of failure, or things won't work out. So actually, I'd like to pull another card on top of that, just because it's something internal that you need to work through in order to move forward. And basically, it's saying that only you are stopping yourself. Yeah. This is the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. It's moving forward with an open heart. It's new emotional opportunities. And it may require you to offer some forgiveness, not only to others, but to yourself. Forgiveness for choosing the path that has led you to the position you are currently in, especially if you are finding obstacles currently. Ultimately, what you want to do is you want to take the path of least resistance. So if you had a plan and there are obstacles in that plan, you're being asked to reevaluate and reassess the conditions, and maybe be adaptable and find another way that is the path of least resistance. And you need to forgive yourself for choosing a path that has led you to this point where you now have obstacles before you. But you can stay positive and make it through those obstacles. This is a card about balance. It can have to do with balancing finances or balancing resources. And this card is asking you to stay focused on the things that take priority, the things that will give you stability, especially where there might be deadlines. I have a bunch of things that I want to do. And I had a bunch of things I wanted to get finished before Mercury went retrograde. And I may have started some of those things, initiated the process, but I knew that there would be things I wouldn't finish. So now I have a list of things I want to do, things I want to finish, things I want to take care of. And I have some paperwork I have to do. I'd like to get it done by the 4th. I'm working on it, and I hope to get it done by the 4th. But that is like my main priority, although I am making time to make this video. And there's another project I'm working on. I put a little bit of juice into it today. We'll see how much time I have to dedicate to that this afternoon, but I need to get this paperwork finished. So just if you can manage to take some time to pay all your outstanding bills, get your bills paid, whatever it takes to balance out your financial situation currently, your stability. If there's something involved in your housing that needs to be taken care of, it's worth at least looking into, if you have something that needs to be repaired, it's worth looking into resources or doing some research in terms of people, places that might be able to help facilitate getting that repair made, evaluating costs. You might be in a position where you need to start making a budget for certain things that need to be done that involve your stability. So it may not be in particular regards to housing, but in some way or another, it is something that involves your housing. You want to involves your finances. You want to stabilize your finances and your things that keep you grounded and give you a sense of security. And that may also mean evaluating the things that have the priority. What is valuable to you? All right, I'm going to read this before I ramble on for too long. I want to read this Bluebird card, and then I will close out the reading here. The bluebird is usually associated with the qualities of joy, peace, harmony, and union. Bluebirds are often pictured in happy pairs, signifying fidelity and blissful partnerships. Many stories surround bluebird, from native folklore to modern-day tales. The color blue is significant in its beauty, its connection to the element of air, and to the throat chakra. The bluebird asks us to examine our own sense of inner peace and self-love. The happiness we seek begins on the inside. So true. And in the beginning of this, it mentioned harmony and union. And harmony is a balance. It is important. Finding harmony within yourself also. All right, the message of Bluebird. The bluebird flies into your space to deliver the great blessings of peace, joy, and happiness. This messenger reminds you to honor the purity of your speech and communication, especially those messages that you feed to yourself. Again, staying focused on the positive. The lightness and color of the bluebird help make you aware of the spiritual links of the sky and the realms beyond. Invite the tranquility of bluebird into any area of your life that could use more lightness. Then share the energy of bluebird with those around you. Have you forgotten the simple pleasures of life? Bluebird is here to remind you that it is okay to let go and fly for sheer pleasure. As you do, feel the weight of life lifted and soar higher up into the blue sky. The energies associated with bluebird are happiness, joy, and peace. It is associated with the season of winter and spring. and the element of air, the color blue. Affirmation: I invite a deeper sense of peace and joy into my life. And honestly, that's really important as we go through these energies and try to reassess here and evaluate the circumstances and the different points of view, because you want to make sure that you stay focused on the positive. You want to invite that sense of peace and joy into your life, then stay focused on the positive. The wheel turns. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. You got to have faith that you're on the upswing and that things are going to get better. And also you'll need to put in some work and rely on teamwork in order to see that through and manifest that. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of taking the next steps forward. You have the ability to reach your goals. You have the ability to swing back up on top of the Wheel of Fortune. You need to drop these wands and see beyond your fears and doubts. Stay positive and keep an open heart. Forgive yourself for any missteps you have made, and be willing to greet others with an open heart so that you can work together to bring yourself more stability and harmony in your life at this time. So also, one last note, if you have had communication with somebody that has brought you some news or details, information that may be unsettling to you, make sure that you are trying to communicate with that person or persons in a way that is in balance, that it's a response and not a reaction, and consider how you can diplomatically engage with them so that there is harmony, so that there is some balance and both parties can have enough information to evaluate the situation as well as basically get what they want. And that's part of bringing the harmony. So that is the message for the midweek check-in. I hope that it's something that you resonate with. Please like the video. I'd love it if you comment on the video. And thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. Have a good week, everyone.